Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Urban Pitch Podcast, the beautiful game of life, part of the Believe Podcast Network. The Wash crew is in the building. I'm your host, Ramsey Abushala, editor at urbanpitch.com. And I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Mr. First to One himself,
First
Julio
to One.
Monterosa.
Hey,
Julio,
they're killing me on the internet for that.
Hey.
But whatever, we're going to let that go.
My man is getting roasted. But, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Thanks for watching.
I'm just a washed-up athlete just trying to make a living.
Yeah. But Julio, we're not alone today. We got some special guests in the building coming to us from our neighbors up north in Canada. We got the DARBY podcast team in the house. We got Tagwa, Moyo, and Gisoo Kim. But first, before, just to get everybody acquainted, tell the people, a little bit about DARBY Magazine and everything you guys got going on.
Yeah, I founded DARBY, and we kind of created we kind of came to be. I kind of created DARBY to build community, especially within the Canadian kind of side of things. We focus on North American football, and that's always like what we love to see any North American kind of footballing. So I know I came in a little hot earlier, but like we love to see y'all shine. It's called damage control, Gisoo, you know the vibes. Julio, I came in hot.
I'm scared. I'm a little scared. I'm not gonna lie.
I came in hot after I came, so I'm like, all right, I'll try to make.
You gotta match the vibe.
Oh no. I can see me and you are gonna be a problem today.
No, hey, it's all love.
But yeah, no, we were created to kind of bring the community together, and not just kind of within Canada, but North America, right? So that's what we're doing, and I'm excited to be part of kind of this podcast. And me and Rams, we've been going back and forth trying to figure out a way to collab. So I'm excited about kind of this is the first of hopefully a lot coming up. But I'll let kind of Gisoo explain, because Gisoo is a legend himself.
Oh, I'm a legend, apparently. Okay, well, my name is Gisoo Kim. I'm the podcast producer for DARBY Magazine, the producer of DARBY Cast. And it's just me, Tagwa, and AK, who couldn't make it tonight, but it's just us three chopping it up, talking about the events of the week. A lot of banter. We have a segment called Howler of the Week, where we just try to find just the biggest howlers, the biggest mishaps of the week. And, it's been fun. It's been a vibe. And for the magazine, I write for them and I do a few stories here and there. But really, I got to say this. I feel like I got to do this in public. But Tugwa is really the heart of this entire DARBY mag operation. Like this guy, he's doing big work. That's why he's allowed to come in spicy sometimes.
The jersey came in.
I pulled up
right
in
there.
just a hoodie. And I see my man in the Venezia kit. So I'm like, okay. I gotta do it.
Look, I forgot I had this on.
So here still got a little bit. I need.
No. Like I said, I didn't even plan this. Like I might have slept in this last night. I don't remember.
That's such a flex.
We're being humble. Don't be humble. Don't be humble right now.
No.
It's competition for minute one.
I had to come correct for DARBY. I can't come. I can't be showing up. In some rags. So
definitely.
Shout out to Venezia. Today's podcast is brought to you by Bet Online. It's that time of year as college basketball takes center stage with the tournament finally upon us. If you're looking to wager this year, Bet Online is the #1 spot for all your updated odds and info, along with great contests, including the bracket contest, where you have a chance to take home the top prize. Head over to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to get started. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino games. BetOnline, where the game starts.
It's the Adidas kit, though.
Yeah, we got.
It's 1-0 right now. It's 1-0. We got to step it up.
Yeah. But we'll get there. I'm sure. Hopefully we can get on the DARBY cast here
very
sometime soon.
100%.
I know. Yeah. We got to get back on. We got to get on the show. We love the connection that we made. Like Tagwa mentioned, we've been trying to make something happen for a few months now, and we're big fans. First and foremost, we're fans of what you guys do.
Thank you.
I know, by the time this episode airs, the next edition of the magazine will be out, so we'll get a chance to talk about that. But first, I thought we'd start things off. Just kind of talking about North American soccer culture and what that is and what that entails, because I know there's a lot of kind of misconceptions out there, whether it's soccer is relatively new, the soccer versus football debate. all this kind of, noise out there. But I feel like people like you and, a lot of people actually in the soccer culture here in North America have been doing this for, a good amount of time. And it's not something that's just kind of new or a fad. People compare it to skateboarding all the time. There are those comparisons there, but what to you is, if you can like kind of encapsulate what North American soccer culture is, how can you just kind of put that out in words?
I like to hear Gisoo, because Gisoo is so well spoken.
Oh. It's that's a good question. I can only speak on Canada. I've been to the States. I watched I think 1 or 2 games in the States. Liverpool versus Manchester United at Ann Arbor at the Michigan Stadium. Dude, that stadium's insane.
Oh, nice.
That stadium's insane.
Yeah, it's huge.
Definitely
huge.
I've never experienced anything like that. But I can only speak really about Montreal because that's where I'm born and raised. I still live here. And the Montreal scene is
Saint Laurent Don.
Saint Laurent Don. But it's the scene here is amazing. It's because if you go to any park with a soccer pitch, you'll see pickup games happening like mad. There's a universal culture in the city when it comes to pickup games that it's 10 minutes. You got within that 10 minutes, you got to score 2 goals. If you win by 1-0 and 10 minutes is up, you're good. But where it changes is that after those 10 minutes, every field has like different rules. Some go straight penalty, some do extra time. Others do like the team that won the most gets off, or other parks do it. The team that wins the most stays on, like King of the Hill. And the culture is growing, man. And right. Especially in Montreal, it's very European in terms of the soccer culture. Because we have it's French Canada, and a lot of people from France and Belgium that bring in that influence and all of that. So right now in Montreal, I could say it's growing and it's amazing. It's a lot of fun right now. So I encourage anyone, if you're coming to summer, bring a pair of cleats. You're gonna have a good time.
I'm gonna have to show up real quick.
Yeah, I might have to pull up.
Yeah,
pull up a little
come
bit.
through.
Yeah,
I'm a washed up athlete, so I don't know how much I can do.
We're washed up.
Walk around and just talk mess.
Sometimes if your texts are terrible, as long as you have bands, I'll pick you. And that's how I feel like it is. That's the Darby cast way. We about vibes, So like we don't really care about stats. We don't care about. So if man is lacking in one, as long as you got bands, that's all that matters.
And that's what I'm saying. Like right here, they brought me on because I'm the director of vibes. That's what I'm here for.
That's an unofficial position.
Yeah,
we're working on it's a workshop thing. We'll
get it going.
We just thought, we'll give them a title, make them feel important, and
I
go
know
from
all
there.
about that. I'm joking.
There you go. See.
Nah.
What's up?
See that already?
No.
All right. We're gonna let that one go.
Yeah, no, but like just to kind of piggyback off Gisoo was saying, like culture-wise, I feel like it's so different no matter like depending on where you've gone. Like I've kind of experienced like the pickup scene in Toronto a lot, in Vancouver a little bit. I've experienced it in LA and New York, and it's like different literally wherever like you go. And like the crazy thing I found was like in America, like you can't like because Gisoo was saying like, and just like in Toronto and Vancouver, you can kind of go to any pitch and just kick about. But I remember when I was in LA, I was chilling with the guys over at Saturday's Football. Shout out to them. And they were telling me like how it's like, nah, like you can't just go to any kind of grass pitch or turf pitch and play, like, which was crazy to me because I feel like that should just be kind of standard. Like it's not gonna hurt. So it's crazy kind of like the similarities and differences around things. But like I feel like inspiration comes from everything, right? Because that's how kind of out here we started stuff inspired by Venice Beach,
Yeah, you definitely have to know where to go out here. There's different spots you can play pickup, but I don't know if it's reached that kind of ubiquity where like if you just pull up to a random basketball court, you'll see people playing. It's more of a location to location basis, and people forget the country is huge. I mean, the continent is massive. So it varies from region to region too. So I think that's super interesting.
But I think like the one thing that's common between Canada and the United States, like I mean, I was born in the early 90s, right? I just noticed that soccer was always like the immigrant sport. You know what I mean? That's what the immigrants play, right? But now it's become like, nah, it's everybody's game. So I was like, I seen that shift, and it's part of me feels weird because I felt special for being the immigrant kid that plays soccer. Now everyone plays it, so I'm like, I don't feel that special anymore in some ways. But like, it's amazing. Like everyone's more open. Like people who would have been hockey fans in Montreal are now soccer fans, and I'm like, never thought this would happen.
So when did you see that change? Because right here in the United States, after that '94 World Cup, things shifted. I grew up playing here early '90s, and all our fields were dirt. Now all the fields are turf. Like, so when did that shift for Canada? Because I know, like you said, right here, I remember it was the immigrant sport. You wouldn't see nobody else playing but the Central Americans that just came in, or people from different countries coming to play soccer. Now it's everybody's sport. When did you see that shift for Canada? Man.
Tagwa, do you have I would say 2010. I want to say 2010 or 2008, but Tagwa, do you have an answer?
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like maybe it's from when I started, because I'm one of those people who, like, I say it all the time, like soccer wasn't like my first, like that wasn't the first sport that I fell in love with, right? For me, it was always NBA. So for me, like, I really got into footy kind of 2010 World Cup, but that was just situation that was the South African World Cup. So that was why I got into it. But I feel like it's even more recent than 2010, where it's becoming like everybody's game, you know? Because like I feel like it hasn't been until recent that, like, I have homies that, like, strictly are like, bro, I'm a hooper, like, I don't care about. But like now they're like, oh, can Canada win without this Alfonso guy? You know? Like, where like there's people starting to care who like never really cared before. Like it's where it's like random people now. It's kind of sometimes annoying when they're like, when we're like, yeah, well, we can do that. We beat America without Fonzie, but that's another.
Right. Because at 2014, 2015,
that went way
even the hip hop culture started wearing soccer jersey.
Yeah, it went over his head. It's all right. It's all good. No. I think he chose. He has selective hearing. He has selective hearing.
It's I'm a professor in college. No, but I'm saying 2014, 2015, like when hip hop started embracing the soccer jerseys, the soccer kids. So I think that was a big switch for everybody to be more mainstream. But right here after '94 World Cup, things started getting better. The field started getting better. The quality started getting better. Coaching starts getting better. So yeah,
that's an interesting point. Yeah, but we have a contributor in Halifax out in Nova Scotia, and he was talking about shout out to Ben Perez.
Let's go.
Yeah. So he was talking about in actually a recent article that he was writing about the World Cup qualifying preview. He was talking about how, you know, as late as 2016, it was kind of hard to find people who were. You know, it was hard. It was hard enough to find something as simple as a Canadian soccer jersey, but you know, so the games weren't as much televised as they are now. You know, you weren't seeing watch parties at bars as much, but now, like kind of Tagwa was talking about, you know, people are starting to care, and a lot of that has to do with, you know, the talent level rising at the highest level. You know, we'll get into that a little bit. Jonathan David, Alphonso Davies, Tajon Buchanan, you know, all these guys who were playing at such incredibly high levels. Obviously, that's going to make the interest level go up. But also, I think, you know, just like Julio was mentioned with you know, more hip hop artists kind of embracing the soccer jerseys, and that part of the culture kind of embracing it a little bit more. That's kind of adding that interest, because that's how I got into the game. You know, I mentioned it early in an earlier episode, but, you know, I didn't grow up a huge soccer fan. I played baseball through college, but, you know, when I came across Urban Pitch, that's when I kind of realized that there was this whole subculture around soccer that included stuff that I was already interested in, like music, art, and fashion, and all of that. And to me, you know, basketball kind of has that with the NBA, but it's not close to, you know, how like ingrained it is in soccer, whether it's here or in Europe or in Africa, wherever. So I thought that, to me, that's the most interesting part, and that's how I kind of got sucked in to becoming a soccer fan.
It's interesting you bring up fashion, because it's like, I feel like America has always had like a sports fashion thing going on forever. If I were to just look at hip hop, you know, there was at some points like basketball jerseys, and then it was baseball jerseys, and for a quick minute it was like hockey jerseys when Snoop Dogg would wear like a Maple Leafs jersey or something. You know what I mean? And it's like, and then it went to NFL jerseys. All I can imagine is just Dipset wearing like NFL jerseys. You know?
Yeah.
Shout out to Dipset.
NFL street vibes and all that.
That's right. That's right.
What was that? Def Jam's video game?
Oh, my mama wouldn't buy me that, bro. Like I remember.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Was
What
the
was it
fighting
called
game?
though? It was the fighting Def Jam fighting game where you got DMX,
bro. For me it was Method Man and Redman consistently. That's
there you go.
The tag team.
Is that PS2 vibes?
I was out.
Shout out to
PS2. It was also GameCube. That's what I had on.
That was the golden era of consoles.
Oh
yes, PS2, GameCube, Xbox.
That's not even play.
Yeah, man, those are the days.
We're gonna let you keep going. I'm sorry.
No, I mean like, but I think there's like a intersection where there was a point where Canada and America got interested in like British culture and British music, like rap music and all that stuff. And then at the same time, all the jerseys got nicer. All the jerseys started getting nicer, especially with the PSG, the PSG Air Jordan collab.
Right, the Bulls,
the
Bulls,
they had the Bulls.
96 Bulls.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in Montreal, I remember when PSG became hot, everyone got a PSG jersey on. And because the PSG jerseys were super nice. And I was like, okay, the jersey game is getting way better. Everybody wants one. Like the Venezia jersey, I tried buying one. Impossible.
Hey, I just saw on Twitter there's a restock tomorrow, maybe?
Jeez.
I don't know.
Allegedly. Don't scare people.
No. People, this guy knows. It's
gonna be March 30th, and people gonna be looking for this.
I know. Yeah. So that was. We're recording this in advance, so by the time anyone sees that,
AK gonna be listening to this, and he's gonna be like on it. Like, wait, what?
So it was sent a midnight reminder and stuff, but but I mean, it's interesting that we brought up briefly music, and Julio and I, we've been trying to get an episode to where we could kind of briefly talk about music, and I thought this was kind of an interesting way that we could do that with soccer and music being so kind of intertwined with there's always that old adage of athletes want to be rappers and rappers want to be athletes. I feel you got guys like Memphis Depay who are dropping freestyles on YouTube, but what are you guys listening to? And I know I might have got a sneak preview that you guys got some music artists in the new issue.
So as far as I just kind of talking about the intersect, it's kind of cool seeing ballers kind of dip their toes into it. Even like Tim Weah, he's always in the studio.
Yeah,
and like
definitely.
Has he actually ever released anything, or is that just like strictly a passion thing? Because I feel like it would.
I think he's trying to. Yeah, so we did an interview with Tim. You can check that out. You can check that out on the YouTubes. But he did mention that. That's
a podcast prior to Julio, so I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah, Julio didn't make the cut.
I didn't make the cut
there, but he did mention being in the studio and how that was one of his passions, and he's trying to get something released. But that's the extent to what we have. But yeah, I mean, like he did the interview from his studio.
Jeez, wow. No, that's hype. Well, I think it's cool, and I found myself listening to a lot of like UK stuff anyways, because I like how like intertwine it, like, and just like they'll subtly have like a Van Persie kind of like bar, and you'll be like, oh wait, what?
Right.
Like I remember like Heady One, he was like excellent finish, Mo Salah, and I was like, yo, that's a bar. Even as much as I hate Mo Salah, I was like, that is a bar. So I think it's cool seeing it mix and all that.
Yeah, we had an article on the site with some of the best soccer bars in British rap, because I feel like Victoria Hernandez, one of our contributors, wrote that, and she did a really good job. And she's gotten me more into the UK scene because I previously was not really aware of, and I still probably am not as aware as I should be of some of the stuff that's coming out from the grime scene, but. Some of those bars, man, they're pretty next
level. Check out Bowo, bro.
Because the earliest,
I
feel like
what's that?
Bowo, BAWO. He's like
Bowo. Okay,
he's got like some subtle kind of footy lines and bars like all over. Cool. I like recently actually found a bunch of like guys who like have a bunch of just like subtle footy references, or even like their cover art is like a footy like footy one. So it's cool seeing all that.
Yeah, now even in the French music scene, right? I don't know if you guys know it, there's an artist named MHD, or in English would be MHD,
Yeah,
Champions
yeah,
League, Champions
right,
League
yeah.
Afro Trap,
Yeah.
like that one's like I still listen to that to this day. It's like that song I listened to before I go play. This is the song I listen to when I go to work just to get myself hyped up to work. It's like it's like you love to see it. Now I'm just waiting for Drake to do something about it.
Drake is gonna be at the Jamaica game. I'm telling y'all, mark my words.
Oh, 100%. He's gonna be there.
I don't know that.
But... I mean, he sent that.
we know that.
No, man. I mean, Drake.
Confirmed.
Well, first of all, you don't want him to extend the
bro.
Drake
The Raptors won the NBA championship. You can dead all that, bro.
We talked about
dead
this.
all that.
We
don't put an asterisk on that championship. That counted. I don't care if everyone was injured. We still beat them.
He's only a curse. He's only a curse for American teams.
Bro, nah.
I guess so.
Yeah,
I guess so.
Toronto won.
Yeah, Toronto did.
Yeah,
we did talk about this. Yeah, shout out to the Raptors,
he bet.
man.
Remember, he bet so much money on the Rams this year to win. So he's got like I've seen
Drake.
a few things of him. Like it might be worrisome about his.
No,
his
I literally was listening to a podcast a podcast with Kodak Black, and he's like, "Yo, I would like Drake took us all to a strip club, gave all like him and his homies like 10K cash, and Drake was just in the back on his laptop in a strip club gambling."
Just on his grind, bro.
Honestly, but if Drake keeps betting, as long as he keeps winning and making YK Osiris sing, "I'm gonna give you the world in his living room," I'm okay with it.
Yeah, he's got this thing. He's got like it's like a interesting concoction of a mix of. Obviously, he's got the disposable income. He's got a crazy competitive streak, and I feel like there's just like a recklessness about him, like where he, he's prone to these. Not like, I mean, you saw like the dip. I like my chips with the dip stuff, kind of stuff. That's just
again, be careful. You talking to a Toronto man, so if you talking smack, I stop myself from cussing. But if you talking smack, I want my chips with the dip, bro. don't give me a bag of nachos and be like, oh, you can just have it and pretend like they're salsa. No, I want the dip, bro. That's kind of disrespectful.
Go for it. Go hard right now. Go off.
I mean, I'm just saying,
it
came off as kind of funny to me. Like I saw that and I was like,
do you not like your chips with the dip?
Okay, like I get it.
Do you not like chips with the dip?
I do, but
do you not chip?
No, he's a plain guy.
Honestly. With guacamole, with any sort of dip, you don't like? Come on, man.
I do. I mean, I'm not saying that what he was saying was wrong. I'm just saying the method in which he said it. It was like he was like kind of looking into the camera, but not looking into the camera. You know what I mean? But I mean, shout out to Drake.
In our defense, I never thought I was ever going to see a Toronto team aside from TFC because we're the ghosts out in Canada win like title that anyone cared about really, because like we won in 2017, but no one, like, people started caring at that point, but nobody thought we were ever going to win an NBA championship. Like I feel like if you got to ask that, like if you thought Toronto would ever win, you'd be like, who?
Nah.
Yeah.
After Bennett, I didn't give y'all credit.
Like I was so drunk that night. I was so drunk that night. So like everything that Drake said, I was like, yo, I feel that in my drunken stupor as well.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it must be a Toronto thing.
Gisoo, what do you think?
Leave it at that.
Do you want your chips with the dip?
Like if anyone makes fun of Drake in Toronto, I'm okay with it. Like Montreal and Toronto have this rivalry, so I'm like, whatever, it's cool. Like, I don't care.
Who was coming out of Montreal?
My guy Gisoo. We got the Expos. They got the Expos.
Didn't Drogba play for Montreal?
Yeah, he did.
It didn't end well though.
Shout out
It didn't end well. A lot of drama.
He went to Phoenix.
He went to Phoenix. Oh my god, it didn't end well though.
Yeah, he was like, was he like a player owner?
Yes.
Didn't he? Was he?
And they won a championship too.
They did win a
The
championship.
second division.
Like I remember when he won the thing with Phoenix, it was like all over the Montreal like Instagram pages and social media. It was like rubbing in our face, like, look what he did. And we're like, man, like we can't even win that. But yeah.
Tagwa's speechless.
Because he always burns me.
He thought his man was gonna back.
Smokes with everybody.
No. That's why we needed a neutral third party to kind of
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like
somebody with some sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the best thing, because that's why he calms us down, But I mean, Forever in Our Shadows, I won't even finish it because you know what I mean. Forever in Our Shadows, Montreal.
Yeah,
Talk
how
to me when you
many
get a-
cup finals do we need to beat you at? How many Canadian Cup
How many-
finals do we need to beat you?
No. Show me
here we
the-
go,
show
here we
me the
go,
star
here we
on
go.
your kit, bro.
Yo, stars are overrated, fam.
Where did
Next,
stars?
next question.
Next.
Where did Alfonso Davis come
Edmonton.
from?
Nowhere near. There's
Everyone's okay with that. Everyone's okay
Yeah.
with that.
That's yeah.
Nobody gotta take ownership of that.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
It's like-
yeah.
It's like saying who hates Houston, right? Is there anyone that hates Houston? Maybe Dallas, but like
Nah, Edmonton's not that cool, bro. Edmonton is like Utah, bro.
yeah.
That's a shot. That's a shot.
That's a bad
Yeah.
comparison right there.
Yeah, I mean,
Utah's
going
kinda
from
boring. It's
No,
going
that's
from
what
Houston
that's
to
what I'm
Utah,
saying.
that's-
Edmonton is very boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know anyone from Edmonton, so I can't.
I had a
can't.
friend that played there one year. So
Shout out to the Oilers.
Mhm.
I know they got the
Connor
Oilers.
McDavid.
All right, yeah. So let's get into the topic of the night because
what we're here for.
this is what we're here for. I mean, we touched on this. I feel like
Don't crack
tensions
your
are
neck.
starting to boil
You're
over.
scaring me right now.
Tagwa is getting a stretch on because I think things might
Roy,
reach
get
a
the
boiling point.
beat machine ready, please.
So
Nah, I'll be good.
obviously,
We good.
let's talk about the U.S.-Canada rivalry
Mm-hmm.
because for years the main North American soccer rivalry was U.S. and Mexico. We had 2-0. There's been a whole bunch of back and forth with U.S. and Mexico, but now we talked about the Olympics. Canada took gold from the U.S.
Honestly, the only thing I knew about Canada soccer was Steve Nash's brother playing for the national team. I'm just being real.
No, I'm trying to introduce this. I'm trying to make this introduction, and then you're just firing from the
Don't worry.
hip.
Don't
Come
worry.
on.
Don't worry.
Come on.
I took
10
that
in the
subliminal
clip.
in stride.
Okay.
I got the clip ready.
These guys are talking Josh Sargent, right? Yeah, that's that. He's like, where does he rank? He's like your second best striker. Josh Sargent, right?
There we go.
I'm sorry.
Here we go. Look.
That's all.
We don't
I'm saying.
speak. We don't speak for.
Josh Sargent.
So Julio, tell the people at home what we're drinking tonight.
Once again, Return of the Mac is back.
The mock is back.
The mock is
Makku.
back.
We got Makku Lee, our friends, once again are sponsoring tonight's show. So for those of you who are not familiar, Makku is Korea's oldest alcoholic beverage. I know our guy Gisoo is familiar. But it's brewed in Korea with only the finest natural ingredients, and it comes in 4 flavors, including original, passion fruit, mango, and blueberry. Tonight we got some mango on deck. And get this, it's gluten-free for all you gluten-free folks out there.
Keeping it healthy.
Shout out to all my gluten-free family out there. If you want to learn more, you can check out their Instagram at DrinkSool. That's Drink SOOL on Instagram. So he had one good game, right? And all of a sudden, he was left off the roster with good reason.
Good reason.
He was struggling. He was struggling all season at Norwich. Had one good game after he missed out on the
Exactly.
And U.S. fans are known for being rational. They're known for being even keeled. They're known for of keeping things from getting too emotional. So
Exactly.
That's just a flash in the pan, I guess, of a response there. There's calls for Berhalter out. He's won two trophies in his short tenure. So it's not like U.S. fans to kind of lash out like that unrealistically, right? So,
Yes.
But like I was saying, I feel like there's been definitely a growing rivalry. Whether it's at the Olympics, World Cup qualifiers, Canada's look like the favorite. Probably going to go undefeated.
They are going to go undefeated. They got
by the time
Costa Rica and Jamaica.
Yeah, by the time this episode comes out, it'll be the week of the
We'll just have
last
Panama
window
by now.
for
Panama will be our last game.
Yeah, so
they're going undefeated.
Let's talk about this because
Right.
I think it's good to have obviously that rivalry, right? I mean, we were talking earlier. I mean, Julio was getting roasted for his takes on LAFC, but that rivalry in LA brought out the best of both Galaxy and LAFC. So I think it's always good to have that. It gets people interested. It gets people who might not be diehard fans, watching the games. It gets them kind of trying to learn about certain players, certain kind of the history between all that. What have you guys seen in from a Canada perspective? Like, how has that rivalry been for you up north?
Tagwa, you got to go first.
Okay. Nah,
We're good for like the last 2 years.
nah. Okay. This last, we'll take what like you guys like. No, I'm just I'm not even gonna go there.
Go hard.
I'm gonna just say, like, it has been crazy to actually like witness it, because like I remember shooting watching Canada games, shooting Canada games in 2018, bro. Like not too long ago, 2017, at BMO Field, where like max is like 32,000, but usually you'll get like 20,000, and they were selling like 7,000 tickets to games. So like now, like seeing like the rivalry and seeing like we never even got to play you guys before. So the fact that we're able to do it, and now we're not even worried, we just expect the dub, because it's like you guys had a little bit, y'all had a little bit this and that, but like it's just like very exciting to see. But it's honestly like good competition, minus the fact that like Josh Sargent is your second or third best striker.
Hey man, come on. That's 2 instances of that name.
No, the only reason I'm so salty about that was because I was in Detroit like in October, and I was literally for like with like some Detroit City FC people and like doing some stuff, and I was with like soccer fans mainly from America, and y'all were trying to tell me I'm saying y'all because it's just how the cookie crumbles. They were literally backing Josh Sargent over Jonathan David in the long-term thing.
That's madness.
I call Josh the Chicharito of U.S. soccer, but people.
What are you talking about?
People, no, I'm saying like what? He's not that he's good in the box, but he's not that good with the ball on his feet. But whatever, like, I'm gonna probably get killed on the internet again for this. But
but like it's like you look at each position, and like position for position on both teams, there's competition. Like I'm not even gonna lie and be like, oh, like every time it's gonna be a wash. Every time it should be a W when we face y'all. But it's like you guys have good players. You do.
But
I mean, Christian Pulisic, Weston McKennie, he is a baller. Weston McKennie is your best baller.
Yeah, we were talking about this. And it's just so unfortunate to see him go down with that injury. But he just watching him play, man. I feel like he's the heart of the team. The way he kind of carries himself, the way he sticks up for his teammates whenever there's just some mess going on. He gets in the face of other players. He's just kind of that guy that you want on the field with you.
He does
by
a
your
lot
side.
for the team.
He does so much. So
on the first episode, I said he's the heart of the team, and the internet killed me for that. Like, oh,
what are you talking about?
What are you talking? Well, I'm saying like. I think McKennie is
who's giving you shit for that?
No, they gave me shit. They said you're an idiot. You don't know Pulisic is way better. I'm like, no, like if you see the game, like McKennie does.
I didn't see that.
No, not true. No, we mutually agreed on that.
But, I understand.
I got some DMs saying, have you ever watched soccer? Yes.
The Pulisic hedge are coming after you.
Definitely, but I do think McKennie is what the best player in the team.
He is.
When he's on his game, because then he can be the fifth player if he just being a little against Canada. He was not the best player. That's why Canada won. But
no, I felt like during the game against you guys, he was the only player that showed up. Like from the jump, like watch him on the ball, he looked like he was genuinely trying to attack every time. Pulisic had moments, but I thought like y'all were.
I think we were just thrown off by the keeper in sweats. Is what we were. I was
like, wow.
I think that was just.
He was business casual.
Milan is built different. He is that man. He's a national treasure. Those sweatpants are literally in the Hall of Fame in Hamilton, like where the game was played.
They should be. They should be. That was like their third best win of all time.
Swaggiest goalie ever.
I see that subliminal too. Third best win of all time. Well, this is the thing. Like you guys can keep doing this, and like we can talk a lot about what happened in the past, But the crazy thing is, no one cares about what happened in the past. I care about what's happening now. We care about what's happening now. You can talk about Clint Dempsey.
No. Steve Nash was happy about it.
Yeah, you can talk about Clint Dempsey. You can talk about all those guys. We don't care what they did because, like, we have Alphonso Davies playing on Bayern Munich, literally, like Pulisic and Chelsea got lucky winning that Champions League. AK, I'm saying that because AK's not here. Like literally, but luck fell his way. Because I remember AK, he's one of the co-hosts of the Darby cast. He was kind of a little, he was like stressing with that, and obviously they have a good team, and we're seeing that now, like guys like Kai Havertz, but you have Fonzie starting on Bayern. And like, if you look at them now, what they just did recently, come on, man. Jonathan David's going to go to a big team, Liverpool, something like that.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And he's got something in the works with Union LA out here. I just saw him post a little preview of that. He's working with Fly Nowhere, who actually designed the Venezia
Shout out
kits.
to them. Shout out to Diego. Shout out to Ted. Shout out to all the homies that over there.
Yeah. So he's been. So I mean, Jonathan David's obviously. I mean, the sky's the limit for him. He's having a breakout year. But I think
Buchanan was a difference for that Canada-U.S. game.
He's a baller too. He's a baller too. I mean, when you take a look at the golden ages between both countries relatively happening at the same time. I think it's. I mean, at the end of the day, we can talk smack back and forth, but we're on the same team.
Yes.
You know what I mean? When Canada's not playing the U.S., I'll be rooting for Canada, and I hope I can't. Yeah.
No,
so,
but I'm kind of mad at Canada though.
What was that?
My parents are Salvadorian, and y'all
gave him the business.
Oh my God!
Yo, Canadian boys making noise. Watch out for the Maple Leaf Mafia, bro. It don't matter who you are.
I'm like just beat El Salvador 1-0 and just toy them around. Don't do them like that.
Maple Leaf Mafia is different, but like the crazy thing is with like guys like Tajon, like no one knew who the heck he was, and that's kind of the issue with Canadian soccer. Like when he went to Syracuse, like he somehow missed the realms of getting picked up by TFC, picked up by Montreal, picked up by Vancouver, right. Alistair Johnson, Kamal Miller, Richie Larea. That's the like issue with like, because it's like it kind of makes me think it's like, yo, what could have happened if like there was a proper infrastructure? Because it's happening now, and you're seeing that in Canada. But it's like we look at stuff like with y'all have always kind of had somebody to look up to, whether they have come up or not. Freddie Adu, it's one thing.
I know I didn't just hear that name. I know I didn't just hear that name.
Yeah, that's a subtle shot too.
Why are you bringing up old stuff, man?
No, because weren't we just talking about how we only have 3 really good recent wins in the but all y'all good wins in the past. Right now we undefeated.
Oh my! And I'm gonna give them the process. Canada is gonna be undefeated. If they lose, I'll be surprised. They got what we say: Jamaica, Costa Rica, and Panama.
Hey, don't watch out for Panama.
I'm gonna be in Costa Rica. I'm going to that game. I'm shooting that game.
Oh no way!
So
let's go.
It's gonna be great. But like, I'm curious. I'm always curious to hear like what y'all think on the other side of things about kind of this rivalry in Canada, just as a whole. Like, because I feel like aside from Tajon, Fonzie, and JD, can you name anybody else?
Oh, good question.
Marshall Ruddy.
We got Mark
the $20 million kid.
Oh, wait, go ahead. Say that again.
Is it Marshall Ruddy?
Yeah, Jaquil.
Or am I mistaken on his name? Yes, the $20 million kid. The TFC just put a tag, $20 million on the. If they want anybody,
he's 17 and he's set like that's the crazy thing. He got his first cap, I think, at like 15.
Damn.
Yeah, 16. 16. If I'm not mistaken. I'm not Canadian, but I'm gonna say 16.
Probably. Super. Like
I'm more Canadian, right? Let me put my Canadian on right now.
Get that Canadian tuxedo on, but it.
No.
What are your thoughts on it though? On like the Canadian?
No, definitely. I saw the shift because my Edwin Chato, one of my best friend, he got drafted by Toronto in 2015. The same year Javinko got there, so he got the first team contract. Then they were like, you know what, you can't be on the team no more. Javinko's here, so he went to TFC too. But I saw that big shift, how much they were invested in Canadian soccer, and from 2015 and now, you see it. 2 years after that, they won I think 2017 is when you won MLS, correct?
That's one TFC won.
Yeah, so him being there just letting me know that they're taking this project real serious. And 7 years later, look at them now. Canada is one of the best teams in CONCACAF right now. I honestly, before things started, I thought it was going to be USA 1, Mexico 2, and Jamaica 3. Because I like a lot of Jamaicans have a lot of play in the EPL from Jamaican backgrounds.
Michael Antonio.
So I thought they were going to come in with like a better team than they came in. But Canada surprised me.
Yeah, like, I mean, this Canada, I mean, especially for me from Quebec, we don't really pay attention to what's going on with the rest of the country because it's a historical thing. Mm-hmm. But with this Canadian team, everyone's paying attention. Like whenever at CF Montreal, whenever Kamal Miller comes on the pitch, Alistair Johnson comes to the pitch, people go crazy because these guys are killing it for Team Canada. you know. And this is
Yes.
for Canadian national team. Quebec is Montreal specific or Quebec as a whole is a hard market to sell tickets because French Canada just moves different, you know. And also Jonathan David almost didn't even get picked up by anybody. Like he had like tryouts from CF Montreal and TFC, but he said no, I want Europe. And look where he's at now. He's won the French league and he's playing Champions League. Like it's incredible.
Bet on yourself.
One of the top scorers.
Yeah.
Scoring more than Neymar and Messi. I don't know if that's still true today, but like still, like it's who gets to do that.
It's still a thing.
That's still a thing.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, shout out to Mark Anthony Kay and Raheem Edwards. You know, we had them on.
Hey, Mark, you got Mark on this?
No, we didn't have him on the show, but he came by our facility a couple times.
He took a picture
when he was in LA.
with me at Urban
the base, Urban Futsal LA, our facility that we had up and running. He came to a couple of our events.
Came and hung out.
Just
Man,
super
I'm a
cool.
fan.
Real one.
So Mark Anthony was when my boy got drafted. They were playing in TFC2 together.
No way.
But see, he's another one where like literally, if you think about his soccer story, like he didn't go to school in America. Like a lot, like at least like Richie Larea, these guys, they all went to school in America. He literally went to York University in Toronto.
Yeah.
Did all 4 years at York University or something. Like, I'm not sure if he did all 4 years. And then he went to USL. So it's like there's that's like the
Louisville. He's playing Louisville and yeah.
And then he went to Louisville and LAFC. Shout out LAFC. Gave him a chance. Now we got Max as our keeper.
Yeah.
Another Canadian.
Yeah, you're making a lot of Vancouver. Y'all making a lot of Vancouver people so sad, bro. They keep seeing Max posting so much, and they're like, "Yo, he never used to post like this with us." I'm like,
to his defense, he didn't control his social media.
Anyways, look, you know, we want to give you guys a chance before we go to shout out the magazine a little bit. I know by the time this comes out, edition 2 will be out. So just kind of talk about what's going to be in the magazine, where people can find it, so that you know we can get as many people supporting the movement as possible.
Yeah, so the mag's gonna be out as of March 20th. It's gonna be out, so make sure you hop on that pre-sale. We have Atiba Hutchinson, Canadian legend, the GOAT, on the cover. We also talked to Julia Grasso, who scored that gold medal winning penalty.
Yep.
We have a feature on her, Daniel Henry, LAFC guy. And it's just like a lot of really amazing, like we got those big names, but we also, like we were saying, we're here for the community. We're here to tell those stories. We have a dope piece on ringleaders that actually Gisoo did. Where you're like, nice. Yeah, you want to talk about that piece real quick? It's gonna be out.
Yeah, I wrote a piece on Angelo Destunis, who is the founder of Off the Hook, which is a street fashion store in Montreal, downtown Montreal. And he's also the founder of Ringleaders FC. Go check him out. They're incredible stuff. He was greatly inspired by like skate street fashion. They wanted to make that into soccer fashion. So he created Ringleaders and also became like a community of almost like I want to call it a way of life. He might disagree on me on this, by like creating soccer as a way of life, just the way you dress, the way you act, the way you are as a person, and also just getting like-minded people to play soccer together in Montreal. So, and then they have this thing called the Frostbite Cup where they play in the winter in snow, and the Frostbite Cup took them to Iceland, and they had a cup there in Iceland. So,
damn,
and you know,
that's crazy.
That's it. Yeah. But that's it. You know, he's just trying to promote the Canadian soccer belongs in the snow as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, didn't Budweiser do a feature on them?
Budweiser. So many people have done a feature on them. They have like Stone Island was one of their kit sponsors for a little bit. Like they got people out there.
Yeah,
but like,
they got shouted by Copa 90, I think. So they're pretty big and
they're making moves.
Yeah. So we just kind of wanna, with this magazine, we really wanted to kind of tell those stories and promote that. So y'all can get that at DARBYMag.com pre-sale. And we've just got a bunch of cool things coming up and we're super excited. And thank you for having us on this.
Thank you.
No worries.
Yeah.
I'll be expecting the promo code on my text message so I can get a discount.
try Josh Sargent 2022. I'm sorry, like those guys just got me so hurt with that. Like I was literally sitting there in October of 2021 ready to just like run, like just cry, bro. It was just so painful.
No, Josh was gonna be our next guest, but I think he might cancel after that.
Is he really? Bro,
No,
I was like,
it was not
oh,
confirmed, but
geez.
you made it happen. He's not coming.
Hey,
back.
no, if that ever
even
happens,
it's probably
Tagwa,
not happening.
we'll
Just say-
be
just say he's a
sure
crazy
we need a guest
Canadian.
co-host.
I'm a crazy Canadian. That's all.
Yeah. No, we'll bring you on the show. And,
Oh, I'll
and you,
stay
you're
10
gonna have to say
toes.
this
I'll
all to his
stay 10
face.
toes. On God.
Yeah.
I'll stay
All
10
right.
toes.
Oh,
with
I
him,
like that.
right?
10 toes down.
Bro, 10
Yeah.
toes to the
There
ground.
you
With
go.
him right beside me, I'll tell him you're washed, bro. You're not Jonathan David. And then you guys might have to kind of cut the camera, but
You know,
It'll be
no,
like
we'll
the
see how-
Birdman viral moment, like all three of y'all.
All right. We're gonna wrap things up because we're running out of time here. But once again, Tagwa, Gisoo, thank you so much for being on the show. We really appreciate, and like we said, we're big fans of what y'all are doing up in with Darby and everything. So go cop that magazine. Go support it on Instagram. Where can they find you on Instagram and Twitter?
yeah. So Darby Mag on IG and Darby Magazine on Twitter, pretty standard. And also make sure you follow the Darby Cast on Spotify, Apple Music, and the Soccer Pilgrim, Gisoo's podcast.
Yes, Soccer
which is
Pilgrim.
crazy.
Yeah, Soccer Pilgrim.
Yeah, we're gonna be on the Darby podcast here soon. We need to figure out what this friendly wager is gonna be. But we'll figure it out. We'll put that out. We'll put some feelers out there. But
My Jersey game is gonna be more legit that time because I feel like I was underdressed today.
Bro,
but I'm
You're
come back.
underdressed. I'm wearing a gray sweater as if I just like stepped out of jail. Like I'm, you're not underdressed.
I got the homies LA Tino's gear on right now.
I got
yeah, that.
it's okay. I got like hand me down, so you're dressed better than
No
me.
worries.
I saw
No, we
Benizi
gonna
and
come-
I put this on top of the hoodie. It's
That's a throwaway. You see that?
Yeah, that's just a light. That's
That's
just light
light.
flex. That's a light flex. For
I want to
Tagwa.
see. I want to see when we get in the podcast what he wears.
Yeah, we'll bring out some more heat. Like I said, I didn't plan this out. It's just,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I do it for the working man.
But once again, appreciate y'all for coming out. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave us a rating. If you roast Julio funny enough, we'll read that.
over these
We'll read that
memes.
live on air. Julio's already becoming a meme, but that's just how things go. Sometimes when
I'm like Spider-Man, Jason.
I guess if that's a good way of thinking about it. But shout out to Believe, shout out to Alex and Carter, shout out to our producer Roy Cho. For Julio Monterosa and Urban Pitch, I'm Ramsey Abushala. Thanks for dropping in, and we'll see you guys next time.